My gosh, man, what are you doing? What's happening, everyone? All right. Okay, Karen's in here. Brady's in here. Betty's in here. Brady is in here, by God. Connie's in here. How y'all doing, man? We're going to wait till some people just start flowing in here, man. Man, it's so good to Bridget. What's happening? Um, Man, I'm just kind of like freaking just hanging out, man. Karen, Lisa, Sandy, we got us a freaking party in this mug, man. Dawn, what's happening, everybody? Um, I just figured I'd go live, man. I tell you, man, I'm just really, really excited these days about my social media expansion. Okay, that's the word. Expansion, man. Um for the longest time, I just put it on the back burner because I was just doing so much, I just had so much stuff going on. Um and I just didn't prioritize it very much, I think I just kind of kicked back against it a little bit, I just didn't quite embrace it. And I don't found my peace with it, because you know why? Because of you all, because of people out there who dig what I do, uh, the same kind of interests, country music. Um, I see you guys at shows and stuff, and it's starting to become real for me, because I'm in this little computer room kind of deal slash recording studio or whatever. And, it's just me, man. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? But I get to chat with y'all, so it's really, really cool. Um, and then I'll see you at shows. That's the kicker for me, man, because I'm able to meet you guys in person and kind of get to know you, not just online, but several people will come up to me and they're like, "Hey, I've been in your live chat." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know you." Right? So it's pretty cool. Well, it's not pretty cool. It's really cool. So that's what's changed, man. I just feel like, dadgummit, this is cool. And I'm almost to 85,000 followers, y'all. What? If I had some confetti, man. Well, actually, I do have some confetti, but I don't have it here. Denny and I went to Party City. It's really sad in that joint, y'all. You guys know what Party City is? Do you guys have party cities in your cities? But it's this place where you go buy Halloween costumes and party supplies and all this kind of stuff, and they're shutting down, man. They're shutting down. Big Lots is shutting down, and so is Bargain Hunt. What's wrong with the world, man? What's happening? It's the apocalypse, man. When Party City, listen, Toys R Us left us a long time ago, man. Toys R Us is gone, man. I just don't know. And then Jack in the Box, local Jack in the Box, it left, man. It had one sandwich that I liked. That was it. They had one little patty melt sandwich, man, that I used to dig, man. I'd go through that drive-through just to get that patty melt. But Party City is closing, man. But we went in there, went down the aisles, man, bought us some party supplies for the last time, man. It was a little sad, because we'd gone there. My little son, when he was growing up, man, we'd go there for his birthday parties, man, and get his balloons and you know, the little table settings, man, the little themed birthday parties and what have you. just sad, man. It's a sad day. But we bought us some confetti, man. We bought like a 9 pack or something, man. Just in case the situation calls for somebody to pop that confetti, right? I'm a little sad tonight. Okay, so Karen, yeah, we have a party city here in Ontario. Wow, you got it way up in Ontario, Canada. They're closing their stores, I heard. Man, they're closing up there too, man. What? Party City closed in New Jersey for a long time. We used to have one. What? Bridget said Toys R Us are coming back. Wait. Mary said Toys R Us is making a cone back. Making a comeback only in certain areas. Oh my gosh, man. Can we save Big Lots? Is there enough people out there who got enough bargains at Big Lots for us to bring it back? Man, I used to love Big Lots, man. When I was a kid, my dad, listen, with my last name being Seals, man, I have the term a Seals deal, right? I like to bargain hunt, man. I like to go out there to some antique shops, get some antiques, man, get some bargains, go through there. I'll haggle with them, man. I was gonna say hassle with them. I will. I'll haggle with them, especially if it's marked down or something. I'll walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, listen, I I I know that this is 3.90. I know that this is 3.99, but would you take 2.99 for it?" Right? You got to get a good deal, man. Right? My dad was the king of it. He really was, man. I'll tell you some stories as we go on here about him in the thrift store. You guys got to remind me about the thrift store. Okay, so it says, I wish we could save Big Lots. Love them. Dadgummit, man. I love Big Lots, but sadly, the one in my town got closed. What is up with that, man? They'll keep Dollar General, by God. And there ain't nothing in there, man. It's the same old ravioli. It's the same old uh I don't even know what's in there, man. What is in there? All this generic stuff, man. And everything used to be $1. Now it's 5, 15, 32. You, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no Dollar General. That's just some store that's trying to get you hooked, man. It's like at one joint, man. There was a place here in Cool Springs called Five Below. You guys know what I'm talking about? Have you ever been Five Below? It's not Five Below, man. It's like there's like 15 below. 20 below. By the time you walk out that joint, it's $150, man. Right? So I know, man, they're just trying to reel you in, man. It ain't gonna work with those seals, man. So lots of Five Below in New Jersey. I don't know, man. They got some interesting things in there, some weird things. When I was a kid, we would have the dime store, right? There was also this place over on the west side, if anybody here is from Hamilton, Ohio area, called Tom's Cigar Store. And it was the strangest little store, man. It was like a men's kind of store, right? Where you'd go in there, you could go in the back, you could pick out which kind of screwdriver that you needed to have, or what kind of case knife that you needed up front, and what have you. But in the front, they'd have like fishing supplies, man, like rubber worms and stuff, you know, just weird kind of stuff. Five Below is very similar to that. If they start carrying rubber worms, I'll come back. But until then, it ain't got nothing. It ain't got nothing for old seals. Says the Big Lots on my side of town closed years ago. Man, it's just so sad, man. It really is. Darlene says nothing a dollar. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. Listen, they say old Trump's going to bring some stuff back around or whatever, and he's going to change the economy. The first thing, listen, I don't know about you guys. If he does anything, I want him to drop the price of gasoline. It costs too much money to get to the Dollar General store, man. I paid $5 before I walk in the joint, right? So come on, Trump, if you're listening, man. We love you, man. We think, we got hope, man. I've got my two feet, my big toe and the toe next to it. I don't know what that one's called, but I got 4 crossed fingers and toes right here, man. We're hoping that you get some stuff done, man, because we need it, right? Everybody's like, hi, Denny. Hi. Denny Baker in the house. Again, we need some confetti, see? I only got a 9-pack. But I think that they're still in business for like maybe, I don't know, a couple more weeks or something. Baby, I think that we need to go back and get us some confetti. And that's my thing, man. I just shoot that confetti off every now and then. All right. So let me see here. By the way, I emailed you. I grew up on Little Texas and God, I hope you got it. Bridget, yes, I did get that. Very, very, very cool song. It was like a YouTube video, correct? That was so cool, man. That was so cool, man. It's cool that I was a part of that upbringing. For me, it was like like Alabama or Ronnie Millsap or you know Earl Thomas Conley or something, Merle Haggard. So it's really cool to be included. So thank you. Very, very cool. Doug says it's so expensive to tour these days, especially if you're a drag racer who likes the different drag strips around the United States. Listen, Doug, I have no idea how in the world you do it, man. Listen, back in the day, whenever I'd go out on the road or whatever, I would, rent a bus, right? I'd get my bus, because there's a bunch of people. You want to try to, ride in style, make sure everybody's comfortable, especially when you had like 4 or 5 shows at a time because you had to rest between shows and so on and so forth. These days, I'm kind of a weekend warrior. I go out and get the job done and come on back home. But back in the day, we'd get a bus. Well, nowadays, when I roll up someplace or whatever, people will say, well, where's your bus? And I'm like, dude, I can't afford a bus, man. It's like $5,000 for a night. For one night, $5,000. Okay. Now that's not including the gas, Doug. It's crazy, man. So I have no idea how you do it, man. Because I know with those cars and stuff, man, you got to haul them dudes with some big old engines. Those engines are taking up a lot of gas, right? Just expending gas left and right, and cost too much freaking money, man. So I'm sympathetic to your problem, Doug. I really am, man. I'm sorry. So today is my husband Walter's 51st birthday. We need some confetti. Just like that, right? Happy birthday, Walter. 51. Man, Man, I wish I was 51 again. I'm 55. I don't think I'm 55. I might be 56. Baby, what how old am I? Seriously. Am I 55 or 56? I'm one of those. I don't know. Um Bridget says, "Hi Danny, not sure if you remember me from a few years ago when I was on Insta doing country music art. I'm still swooning over Justin Biltonen." Um, ain't no telling who that is. I'm gonna stay out of that conversation. All right. So let me talk to you guys just a little bit about a few things. Um, if you were here on the last live, um, I was talking about some of the shows that I've got coming up, and I'm excited, man. I'm going to Washington, way out in Everett, Washington, later on this month with Seals and Crofts 2. I haven't been to Washington, and I bet you probably 28 years or something crazy like that. So I'm just so excited to go out there. It's so beautiful out there too, you know. But we're going out there to do a show. Now, not next was it next weekend? Yes, next weekend. I'm doing a Bluebird show here in town in Nashville with Gordon Kennedy on the 14th. On the 15th, I'm playing with my friend Eric Halbig at Chiefs, just setting in for a couple of songs. And then on the 16th, I'm playing the Franklin Theater doing this thing called Country Roads. And we're just going to be playing some country music, man. So if you're around town, come on out to that. But that's all I got this month. You know, this month was kind of a down month. Last month was crazy, man. January was nuts. But then it gets pretty crazy in March again. April, it's even crazier. So bradyseals.com. Go over there and check out where I'm going to be. And if I'm going to be in your area, please come on by and see me. Be so cool. But all right, so let me tell you about my dad. Okay. Let me tell you about my dad. My dad, first of all, was the coolest dude, man. He was an older dad. He had me later on in life, kind of like I did with Evan. You know, he was in his 40s when he had me. I think 40, right? So he was a bit wiser, a bit more laid back, calm dude. But they say when Dad was younger, man, he was a rounder. He would he'd get in a lot of fights. He rode motorcycles, man. He ran moonshine from Kentucky up to Ohio. I mean, he was a wild child, man. Um, you know, and then later on in life found the Lord and turned his life around and it was just I tell you, man, just an incredible dad. Well, I'll tell you a couple of stories with dad in the thrift store. Okay. I don't know if I've told you these or not. I know Denny's heard them a million times, but I'm going to tell you guys. So I was out on the road and I said, Dad, I said, I need some Beetle boots, man. And he goes, he said, you mean the ones that zip up the side? And I said, yep, that's the ones. He said, well, I'll go down to the thrift store and see if I can find me some. I said, all right. Well, by the time I got in off the road, now this was early days of Little Texas, right? By the time I got in off the road, he had 4 pair for me to try, right? All in size 12, ready to go. He'd had them all out in the garage, polished them up, making them look good, right? And here he come. Set them all down on the floor to display and checked them out. I liked all of them. I kept 2 pair, but one's my favorite. One I still have today, right? I've had since then. Just love them. Um, But he would go up to the thrift store and he would call a vacuum cleaner a sweeper. And he'd say, "Well, I tell you what," he says, "I got me 4 sweepers out in the garage." And I said, "Well, what you got 4 out there for?" He said, "Well, I fix them up and sell them." I said, "Well, really?" Now again, he was later on in his life. I said, "Really, Dad? Um, you got to show them to me, right?" So we go out there, and he's just proud as he can be of those sweepers. And he'd show me this one, little Hoover action, that one, little, you know, on down the line or whatever. And he'd replace like a fan belt, or I don't even know if they've got a fan belt, but you know what I'm saying? That little belt, that little rubber belt that turns that mechanism. And he'd put a new bag in there. He'd clean them up and this and that or whatever. Let's say he'd buy them for $10. He'd turn around and sell them for 15. He put $5. He put $5 in his pocket, man. Well, one time I was out on the road. This is Dad, right? One time I was out on the road and I called home and I said, "What's going on, Mom?" She said, "You'll never believe it. Your dad is out there in the front yard." Now, mind you, we lived in, like on Mississippi Drive in the heart of Fairfield, Ohio, suburbia, right? Right down the street from the ball field and the whole thing, right? There he was. It was like the main thoroughfare to get to Joyce Park, right? And Waterworks Park. Well, we're she said he's been out in the front yard selling corn. I said, "He's doing what?" "Yep, he's been selling corn." And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Well, he went up to the farmer's market and bought him 2 dozen ears of corn, and he has set up a stand out there in the front yard." And I said, "You got to be kidding me." She said, "Nope." Now, mind you, Dad is as country as Stovewood, man. He grew up in, at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. And, he didn't care, man. He was out there to sell that corn. And so sure enough, man, he'd sell each ear of corn and he'd make a buck, maybe $1.50 on each ear. And he'd call it a year of corn, he'd say. So that's Dad, right? And the last story that I'll tell you. So I don't know if I told you, but I'm gonna tell. So again, I'd come home one time off the road or whatever, and Mom said, "You're never gonna believe it." And I said, "What's that?" She said, she says, "The other day," she says, "I come out into the hallway and I looked down and your dad had just gotten out of the shower and he was making his way to the bedroom." And I said, and she said, she says, "I pointed and said, 'Who is Dewey?'" And he said, "I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?" She said, "I want to know who Dewey is." And he said, "I don't know what you're talking about." He's looking around, figuring it out. She said, "You've got Dewey written on your underwear, Junior." And he said, he said, "Yeah." He said, "I bought these up at the thrift store." He said, "I washed them real good." She said, "No, no, Junior, you did not buy some boxers up at the thrift store." So I'm just saying that is a Seals deal if I've ever heard one right there. So that's my dad, man. I sure miss that fella so much. I mean, he was my best friend, man. He was just the best dude, most down to earth dude you ever would meet. Just so incredibly funny. He could tell a story. Oh man, just keep you on the edge of your seat, man. Was just so freaking funny. So did you? I had to tell it, right? I'm sorry. I just had to. Woo, man! Oh man, I've told that several times to my son Evan. You know, he just gets the biggest kick out of it. You know, because he wasn't able to meet Dad. We had Evan the year after Dad had passed away, and I think Dad passed away in 2004. Yeah, 2004, and pancreatitis. Strange little thing that happened out of nowhere. But but yeah, so anyway, Evan never met Dad, but anytime he hears a dad story, he's like, oh, you know, he's ready to listen. You know, what's up, Walter? Man, hey, welcome everybody. If you've been in here for a while, hey, thanks so much for joining us. You know, listen, I get on here periodically and just check in, man. Check in with my peeps, say hello to friends and family, man. You know, so there's nothing special going on. I don't have some sort of major announcement or anything today. I'm just hanging with y'all, right? Um, Doug said, that's what took my father out, pancreatitis. Man, oh man, Doug. Wow. Yeah, my dad, you know, he never had any symptoms whatsoever until right up until it happened. That morning, he went up to McDonald's like he always did to talk with his friends, you know, trade some knives and you know, spit in his little McDonald's cut. He always had a little chew of tobacco in his mouth and stuff. And but it was just a normal day, you know. And by the time he got back home, man, he had pain and it was just really bad. They rushed him to the hospital, and then the rest is history. So it was just out of the blue, man. I'm sorry to hear about that, Doug. I really am. Um, Walter says, "How have I been doing, man? You know, listen. Overall, I've been pretty good. I got that bout of whatever I had. Somebody said that I had what's it called, RSV or some sort of like respiratory kind of thing or whatever. You know, uh, my doctor said that I had bronchitis, but I'm still coughing from that thing, man. It hit me hard. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. You know, life's treating me pretty freaking good, man. So thank you for asking. Um, so
Sign it at the bottom of the page. Under oath.
man,
Every word I say is true. And I think you need to know. So sign it at the bottom of the page. I think I already sung that part.
hey, listen, it works, and
Keep it going, cause I love you so much that I could.
there you go. Well, I check yes. Okay. Love it. Yes, the voice from the other world. Um, Denny Baker's in the house.
Yeah, I got a headache, but
Oh man.
I'm rocking it out.
Oh man.
You know it.
Oh man.
Brady is the king of migraines.
Oh, listen. I'm telling y'all, I have had.
Oh, baby, I know it's been so difficult for you. It really has.
That's how I feel right there. Oh, listen, man, it's just been insane the trip that I have been on to try to find some sort of cure or treatment for my migraines, man. It's been insane. I've had everything done, man.
I know you get the little injection in
I
your
had-
leg now.
I now I take this injectable thing called Emgality. I don't know if you guys have ever, but I take the Emgality injection. But years ago, I even had like the Botox in my neck. My mom used to have that because she had like a little form of like tremors and stuff in her head or in her neck. But I even got those, man. They said that would try to help and this and that. It didn't help, man.
He probably gets migraines because I'll be singing all the time.
Nah.
I swear under oath, every single word I say, I'm making up words as I go.
That's it, man. Yes.
Oh my god.
I love it. I love it. Betty says I could listen to your stories all night. The ones you told in Shipshewana, Indiana on January 19th, 2025 were great. You are a great storyteller. Oh my gosh, Betty. You know, listen.
He is literally the best.
Well, hey, I got it straight from the source of Junior Seals, man. He could tell the story of the century for sure. But I appreciate that. I really do. So let me see. Brady, my husband Walter and I will see you next month on the 1st in Richmond, Kentucky. My second Brady Seal show. My first was last year in Richmond, Kentucky. I remember well, Jennifer. I remember the hat that you gave me. Thank you so much. Yeah, I always look forward to getting back to Richmond. Now, I have to say the last time I went to Richmond, I was a little disappointed that I wasn't able to see some of the people that I had known for years and years and years when I was with Josh Logan. Hardly anybody came out from the Maverick days. And I'm like, has that much changed? You know, so I hope that there's more people from the Maverick days that come out this time. And hopefully I'll be able to see them. The Maverick. Okay, let me rewind. You might not know what the Maverick is. So Josh Logan, this country singer that I used to tour with all the time when I was 16 years old, he was the one that kind of gave me my first break. I wouldn't be in the position that I am right now if it hadn't been for Josh Logan. And Josh Logan was this killer honky tonk country singer from the Richmond area, actually from Cartersville, Kentucky. And he played at the Maverick, which was a place in Richmond, Kentucky that is long since closed down now. But we would go there and we'd have so much fun. It was just insane. It was it was an experience. I mean, you talking about some stories, man. I've got some stories about the Maverick Club for sure. In fact, I'll give you one. The one is we were okay. Well, the Maverick Club, as if you don't know, was owned by this guy. Let me see, what was his name? Started with an M, like Marcel or something like that.
That's where the young Brady was macking on the ladies when he was a young man, weren't you, honey?
Huh?
Maverick Club.
What?
Maverick Club. Virginia.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Remember, you're like 17.
I don't know anything.
Right?
I don't know anything.
You kissing all the girls?
My memory fails me.
You kissing all them girls?
Ah, man. Well, it was just, I didn't know what I was doing. I was young and dumb, you know. But so anyway, this guy owned the Maverick Club, and this place was, man, it was crazy, man. It was a crazy honky tonk, 2 doors down.
Which you shouldn't have been in at 17. Oh my goodness.
I shouldn't have been.
Do that when you're that young.
Well,
oh my goodness.
I know.
Seriously, how'd you get away with that though? I'm pretty impressed.
Barely got away with it.
Really?
Barely.
Really? Like,
yeah.
No one ever came up to you and was like, Brady, how old are you?
Oh yes, they would ask, and like whenever we'd go out on the road, Josh would have to be responsible for me.
Oh my.
Yeah, because I was only 16, right? It was crazy.
Wow, baby.
But anyway, I hope to see some of my Richmond Maverick Club friends, not the ladies, not the. I'm not talking about that. Not talking about that. Oh my gosh, yeah,
Oh, wouldn't that be funny?
that's all
though?
we freaking
Wouldn't
need.
that be funny?
Oh
though?
my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Mm,
Man, that cracked me up.
man, that
I
was
have to see that.
that was my wild and woolly days, man. Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Man, oh man.
Baby, the people are asking for a duet. We gotta sing.
We're gonna have to
We
do
got
it.
what's that one the one we do? That's the way love goes,
Babe,
babe.
that's the music God made for all the world to sing. It's never old, it grows. Losing makes me sorry. Now you say, honey, don't worry. Don't you know I love you too? And that's the way love goes. Man, that's a hit
Man, I got a
song,
horrible
man.
headache right now too.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Oh man.
horrible.
Mm, I'm sorry.
Thanks, baby.
So Jill is in the house, man. What's up, Jill?
Jill, Jill, let's go, Jill. Baby, yeah, Jill.
Mm.
Jill, 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 Jill.
Do it. So anyway,
You're so cute, baby.
so Walter Maverick Club was on Highway 52 in Richmond, Kentucky. Oh my gosh, Walter, you got it, man. You know, the last time that I went to Richmond, when I was up there for the Vineyard show last time, I didn't recognize where I was, man. It was so weird. I really didn't, man. It was just so strange, man. Now I do remember a time. I do remember a time there was this guy. I'm not going to say what his name was,
Earl.
but he worked there. I think I told you guys this story as well.
I don't know what story that is actually.
What was his name, man?
Hmm.
Well,
I
I
don't
I
know.
can't say it anyway. But anyway, we were there. We were there at the Maverick, and we were going to have a party. Me and Dell back at our room. Right, we're going to have a party after party.
Right.
Well, here come all the people, man. We stayed at a place called the Thrifty Dutchman. We always called it the Flying Dutchman. But we were staying there. Allen was his name. I'm not going to say his last name though.
Hughes?
Allen.
Hughes?
No, it wasn't
Okay,
Hughes.
why do I feel like saying Hughes?
I don't know.
Wouldn't that be funny if I would have outed him and didn't even mean to?
Well, it's more like pews, and I'll tell you the reason why.
Hughes?
Yeah,
Like P-U?
yeah, PU instead of Hugh, and I'll tell you why. So anyway, we're back at the room, man. We're partying down. We're doing our thing up until like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we all just crash. We're dead to the world. We're sleeping, man. Well, I wake up.
Ooh.
I wake up about 9 o'clock. I'm smelling just rotten, man, and I'm thinking, what is going on, man?
Oh,
You know, it
no.
smelled like a possum or something, man.
Ooh, like roadkill?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Oh,
good
no.
God, man, something has crawled in this joint or something, up through the toilet or something, man. It was terrible. And I get up out of the bed because
I mean, it's like it's waking you up.
absolutely,
Yeah,
it literally woke me up, man. I'm smelling, trying to figure out where the stench is coming from, and
What, your upper lip?
no, it wasn't my upper lip. But anyway, I'm looking around.
You're so cute.
I'm looking around, and I finally make my way over, and there on the floor, it's Alan, man.
Wait, he's on the floor?
He crashed.
Did he pass out?
He passed out on the floor, and he had his shoes off. Oh,
Oh no! I would have never guessed you would say that.
oh! I'm like,
never would. I would think maybe he vomited on the carpet.
I know what you're saying. Well, I thought that it was something like that too.
You would have lost it if you would have done
Absolutely. But listen, I went over there and I had to wake him up. I said, Alan, you need to get up, man. You need to get up and go, man. Yes. It was terrible. You don't understand. He had some big clodhoppers on, man. I'm talking about some big ones. That's right, where he had to lace them things up like military shoes or something, man. I'm like, listen, man, you've been to Nam and back, It was bad, man. It was so terrible. Gee. It was bad, So every time I go through Richmond, I'm like, man, there's the Flying Dutchman.
Do all the people know, like, your deathly fear of, like, vomiting, though? I mean, do they know?
Man,
that's how bad you don't like that?
I don't think so. They do now. Thanks to you. Thanks to you. No, listen, I turn into like a 13-year-old little girl, man. Whenever I start hacking.
You had a good run. You haven't vomited at all in the 8 years I've been with you. I have about 3 times.
There's some more wood around here that I can knock on.
Like 3 times already.
Man.
I don't know how you've escaped it. I had that horrible.
I can't stand it, man.
Stomach bug thing.
I get freaked out.
I know it, man.
I get crazy, man. Nuts.
Yeah, but you're okay. If you haven't done that in almost over 10 years, man, you got a strong stomach.
Well, it hasn't been about 10 years.
But no, it's been about 10 years because it's been 8 with me and you haven't at all.
I don't know.
8 years.
I don't know. Don't talk about it anymore.
You're solid.
Don't talk about it anymore. Okay, so Jill says, y'all, I can't see without my readers, but I am the only one that looks at Brady's hat and thinks it says Waffle House.
Oh my gosh, it literally does look like
it kind of does look like Waffle House, but that's what it says. It's like this motorcycle joint.
I'm really liking this little red violet vibe back.
Well, of course I had it red for Valentine's and stuff, but now.
Will you do it blue, hon?
Huh?
Can you not change it right now? Can you make it blue, hon?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Here we go.
Right? I'm not messing around in this joint,
Very
man.
Pretty. Yeah, we have a new vibe in here.
You know what I need? I need some disco lights to where I can hit a button.
I got some disco lights in there. I can get you some.
I can get like disco lights and then confetti that pops out of the ceiling.
Well, I can get you the disco lights right now. I don't think you want confetti all in here, would you? I'll do it if you dare me.
Well, if it's the type of thing,
I'll dare you, or you dare me. Right?
Well, listen, confetti and dancing girls. At least I've got a dancing girl, right? I can have a dancing girl in here for sure.
Dancing queen.
That you see.
Baby, what would you really do if I did let the confetti off in here?
Oh man, well I would get you to clean it up. Oh, Jill said a glitter ball. That's what I need, man.
Even better.
Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord.
Oh, glitter. Wow. Glitter, you would never get up. Glitter will stay with you for life.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Mark said, okay, get a cat, a ceiling fan, toilet paper, and a bag of catnip. Total entertainment center.
Okay, that's really funny.
That's really freaking funny right there, man.
Our dog's almost like that.
Oh my! Well, listen, our dog is
like
nuts,
a big
man.
Potato earlier.
Yeah, she's a potato eating mug, man.
Says the man that has Sasquatch socks on right now.
Oh, I'm gonna have to show him. I'm gonna have to show him. Here, let me make sure I got. Okay, look here.
He's rocking. I got him those cute Sasquatch socks.
Look, that's Sasquatch, man.
Baby, you're the cutest thing in the world. I can't.
Look, right?
Oh my gosh.
So
I'm serious. Out of all the men I could have had, I'm so happy at you.
Well, good, because you're stuck with me now,
Good.
That's right.
You're stuck with me too, babe.
Good. I like that. Jill said that she meant a disco ball, not a glitter ball. But listen, man, I kind of like the glitter ball, to
Oh
where
my God, no!
you
Don't
know
do the glitter ball.
it's those things. You guys are, get like somebody sends you something in the mail that's got glitter on it,
Oh,
and you see that glitter for like freaking 4 weeks, everywhere, man. Glitter gets everywhere. It's worse than sand. Um, Mark said there's a video on YouTube. Cat is in rave mode. I love it. That's great.
cat is in rage
Yeah, we'll
mode.
check that out. Wow. Okay, so we got somebody from San Antonio, Texas. Debbie.
Isn't there that song?
No, that's
Fell in love with a Mexican girl.
no, that's El Paso, baby.
Oh yeah, that's right. I always do that. I always think of San Antonio. I wonder why. You said you love San Antonio,
Listen,
though.
San Antonio
I
is a
bet they
great
got good
town.
tacos,
Man.
don't they?
They
I've
got
always heard
they got great
things.
everything down there,
I've always
man.
heard great things about
San
Texas and their food.
San Antonio is a great town, man. It really is. I love that. Jill said, loving the socks. She said, need some little green men and bear socks now. Hey, I tell you what, man, we're going to be on the lookout for them for sure. Nellie said, I seen an ad on YouTube, Bigfoot coming to Nashville, and he plays a saxophone.
God, that might be Brady.
Well, it might be. Listen,
Baby, have you picked up the saxophone lately?
It's been a long time, man. I can do the. Gosh,
this
man.
is what happens when Danny wakes up from a nap.
Man, oh man.
I go off and do another.
Yes.
Like my brain's kind of braining right now, but it's kind of not.
It's not quite braining,
yeah, it's
right?
not fully like on,
Uh-huh. Dixie Cider making truffle butter says,
wow, really?
Dude, hey Brady, do you know Tony Vines? Tony Vines guitars. I do not know Tony
butter.
Vines.
I like that name.
Yeah, Dixie and Cider making truffle butter.
Dixon Cider making truffle butter.
Dixon Cider.
You gonna get in trouble,
man. Listen, I'm just reading stuff, man. That's all I'm doing, man.
Look at your face turning
around. I'm
I'm
just looking around, man. I'm seeing things, man. That's all.
You're so cute, baby.
I'm like, what the heck? Okay, that's a really freaking funny name, by the way.
What? Dixon Cider making truffle butter?
Hey, listen, anybody that's going to have that as their freaking username.
Truffle butter.
Hats off, man.
Truffle butter.
Truffle butter, man.
Still wondering why every time I see something about aliens or Bigfoot, Brady comes to mind. Oh, that's great.
I know, right? He used to make guitars for Clay Walker.
Something wrong with you. That's even better, man. That's even better.
Man, some of these names are just killing me. I love it, man. Something wrong with you. Yes, man. I need to get more creative with my freaking names, man. I know, man. Man, I freaking love
biscuits or something.
That's right, man. I need to.
We love biscuits, so we got to do something with biscuits.
Right? That's right. So yes, Sandy said, still wondering why every time I see something about aliens, Bigfoot, Brady comes to mind. It's funny now that every time I go someplace and see something like that, I think of me too. I'm like, what's going on, man? Oh man.
Cat with toilet paper ceiling fan posted.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
That's great.
Okay. Yeah. We'll all have to check out the toilet paper ceiling fan. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Man. Oh man. Oh man. So Jennifer said, Brady, you and Denny really need to do a duet album together. I would buy that album. You two sound so very good.
I've had several people say they want us to sing together.
Well, what's that? See, let me see.
I wouldn't know what to sing though.
Islands in the stream. That is what we are. No one in between. Why can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world. And we rely on each other.
I don't really know the words.
I don't either.
We're just winging it.
Yeah, man. Oh, hey, by the way, check out my new. Check out my new little gut string, right?
I think it's so funny. It's called a gut string.
I know, right?
Why is it called a gut string?
Well,
I mean, is it because you pulled the guts out of it?
no, but I'm not really for sure why it's called a gut string. I think that's a really good thought.
Let's get that little hole thing at the top of it, so maybe that's why it's called that.
No. I don't. It's this because this one's such a strange kind of
really
thing.
Yeah.
But isn't that beautiful? So I'm starting to play this when I do the Seals and Crofts 2 stuff because Jimmy used to play nylon string guitars all the time, right? So I'm like, well, I'm gonna get me one, and I was up in Illinois. Up in St. Charles at a guitar center and saw that thing used, by the way. See, I had to get a Seals deal, man.
That's right.
And saw that thing and I'm like, man.
Seals on wheels making deals.
Making deals.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel.
Made from cat guts. Sorry, they made the strings out of cat guts. Wait, they really made the strings out of cat guts?
Man.
They really made the strings out of cat guts?
I don't know, man.
Or did they?
They made the strings out of cat guts, man.
Maybe that's why it is called a gut guitar.
Man, oh man. Well, listen, I don't know if you guys knew it or not, but banjos used to like the skin on a banjo was made out of cats.
Baby, it's really made out of cat guts.
Oh my gosh, man.
Whoa.
Well, listen, my strings aren't made out of cat guts.
It might.
Okay?
It might.
Back in the day.
It's made out of aliens.
That's right.
Made out of Sasquatches.
Uh-huh.
I want to see like a hybrid that's like an alien Sasquatch.
Yeah, Jill said, I'm hiding my kitty. I don't know, Jill. I don't know, man.
You see, Nelly said yes. She said, Daddy told me that years ago.
Jeez, man. Currently on a listening to my acoustic version binge like 25 times a day.
That's amazing. Something is definitely not wrong with you.
Something wrong with you.
Not wrong.
Not wrong. You know, it's so wild because that acoustic version of My Love went unheard for all of these years, man. Until I got that video making of the My Love thing, which you can check out on YouTube if you haven't done that, by the way. Go on my YouTube channel and you can see the whole thing, right? But at the very, very tail end of it, it's got the, what are you doing back there?
Nothing.
But anyway,
so
at the very tail end of it, it's got the My Love acoustic version, and I was like, wow, I'm like pleasantly surprised. It sounded really good, I thought, you know. So all right, so Brady, you need to let my husband Walter get on the stage with you next month on the 1st in Richmond, Kentucky, and sing 7 Spanish Angels together. My husband Walter knows that song by heart. Oh man, you know, let me see if I can remember. I don't even remember that song, man. I'm gonna turn it around here. Let me see if I can see. She looked down into his brown eyes and said, say a prayer for me. She threw her arms around him, whispered, God will keep us free. Right? I might get the he and the she wrong. See, no, more clear. Wait, how's it go, baby? Do you remember?
I have no idea. You mean Seven Spanish Angels?
He looked
I don't
down
know
to
it.
the ground.
I mean, I
Said,
know it,
"Say
but
a
not like
prayer
that.
for me." Threw her all around you, whispered, "God will keep us free." They could hear the riders coming. He said, "This is my last fight." That might be the second verse. I don't know. If they take me back to Texas, they won't take me back alive. There were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun. They were praying for the lovers in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne. And 7 Spanish angels took another angel home. Right? I'm surprised that I got through all of that. So I don't know. Maybe I can listen to that a little bit more, Jennifer, and learn that. I am going to be doing On the Road Again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. I'm going to be doing that at the Country Roads thing.
Really old.
Yeah, bless his
I
heart.
want to
Man.
meet Willie.
I know. He's
He's
such
just not doing good.
I know, and I just hope that he's around forever.
Isn't he
man.
almost like 95 years old?
Yeah, he's getting up there, man.
He's
you
the
know.
last of the Highwaymen.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
it is. Some Ting says, one more question. Are you leaving me?
I think so.
Okay.
My head's hurting.
All right, I'll be down in a little bit, babe.
Okay, bye, y'all.
She says bye.
Bye.
So Some Ting Wong Wichu says, one more I read it. I read it like a Chinaman. Okay, so one more question. Is there anything you can tell us about you and Tim and Little Texas? Will y'all ever get back together? Okay, so like I explained the last time that I was on here, Tim is involved with the front men right now. He's out there with Larry Stewart and Richie McDonald, and they're doing the front men thing. They got a record deal. So I know that they're going to ride that wave as long as it's going to keep them alive, So I don't know, and I'm busy pretty much through this year. Now I do have a little show that I'm going to be doing March 27th here in Nashville. It's not on my calendar yet, but I just got a call or a text from Porter yesterday. Me and Porter and Paul Jefferson is going to do a songwriter in the round thing for Tin Pan South, which is going to be cool. And it'll be great to get together with Porter. Talked to Dwayne O'Brien today. It's not out of the question, but I'm busy, Tim's busy, and Little Texas is very busy. So I just don't know. I just don't know how logistically, legally, um, it could ever be. I just don't know. I'm not ever going to say no or that it couldn't happen, because it could. I mean, you just, never say never, um, so there's that. Okay. Um, Everybody's saying bye, Denny, bye, Denny. So so waiting for a ticket to come out for March 10 show in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Oh yes, yes. And with that particular thing, if I'm not mistaken, I think that is with Dan Modlin. So that's going to be like a cool little songwriter kind of thing. I don't think you'll have to worry about whether or not you'll get tickets. I don't know though. The last time I played it, it was pretty packed. So you might be right about that, Connie. But I can look into that and see what's going on with that. Well, listen, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go check on Denny, make sure that she's good. and maybe get a little bite to eat. It's 5:30. Um, Doug said, "Do you ever watch any of Porter's Evil Knievel jumps?" Of course I do. They're so freaking funny. I love it, man. He goes to great lengths to entertain us, just like Evil Knievel did, for sure. Um, Says, "Will you be at the Gatlinburg songwriter thing this year?" I don't know. I haven't gotten a call from Victoria or any of the people who run that event just yet. I don't know. Um, I do know my August is starting to get pretty packed, so I don't even know if I'll even be able to do it or not, Jill. I hope I can. I really do. I hope I can. And someone says, "Will you please look into Johnson City, Tennessee as a venue?" I certainly will. And listen, if you know of the venue and you want me to come to that particular place or whatever, let them know to contact me, man. I would love to play over there. It's great. It's beautiful over there. Um, you and Denny have a really great night. Take care and God bless. Listen, God bless you guys. Again, um, right now I'm getting my subscribers going on Facebook. I don't know if you saw my post today, but I've got 22 subscribers already, y'all. That's really, really cool. And it's funny that I've got 22 people in this room right now. That's the number, right? But if you will, sign up for the subscriber thing. It's only 99 cents a month, but you get little things that nobody else does. I go through my phone periodically and put up some pictures and videos and stuff like that that nobody else sees. So check it out. It's a lot of fun. And if I'm in your area, I'll always tell my subscribers, hey, and do some VIP kind of stuff as well. All right. So subscribe to my Facebook and then subscribe to my YouTube. My YouTube is rocking, man. I'm right on the verge of hitting my 4,000, which means that I'll be able to be monetized. Okay. So, again, thank you. I couldn't do this stuff without you guys. I love you. Have a great, great evening. And until the next time, God bless you. Okay. You guys take care now. Bye bye.